welcome to the 6th podcast. We decided that we're bored of human guests and now we're going to have a frog. So, me and Cuck back again. This time, please show yourself.
I'm here, mate. I'm here. I'm always here. It's Sir Froge.
He's been here for ages. We've been waiting for Esk about 5 hours now. So.
Oh, yeah, fucking understatement. Yeah, so who are you?
I'm Sir Froge, man. I steal people's content and make it worse.
That's quite the genre.
Yeah.
That might be the best way to describe your channel, to be fair.
Honestly, we've had some guests, and that is probably the best information we've had.
Best description, yeah.
I think the best thing about your channel is it genuinely, if someone hadn't watched the podcast and just watched your version of it, would think YouTube is a lot worse place.
Oh yeah, I mean, my parents tell people about my channel and stuff, and they go check it out, and they don't know what the fuck is going on. They don't understand it.
It's like, I'm so surprised at how someone can make any podcast look as awkward as you do. Like, and even just by being on a podcast, it feels awkward now. Like, you have some talent where it's like, you can just make it so that every time they say something, there's just always like followed by some ambient, what to say next. Yeah, and it wasn't even on the True Geordie podcast. You started with H3 podcast.
Yeah.
Right. Do you prefer doing edits for True Geordie? Because he notices you more.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. Definitely. The UK YouTubers have contacted me a lot more than the American ones. I don't know. Yeah, I started doing the H3 podcast, and that's really where I got my inspiration. I saw someone else made a video called like the H3 iDubbbz podcast, but it's actually awkward or something. And I watched that video and I thought I can do better. So I made my own video. I made a few H3 podcast videos. And then I was also a fan of the True Geordie podcast, and I figured, why not make the same type of videos for that podcast, because nobody was really doing that.
With the H3 podcast, you get so many awkward moments because you've got like, I don't know, I always feel like, what's her name, Healer? Is it Healer?
Yeah.
She's just kind of awkwardly on the side, and like some of the stuff she says, she just comes in with some, like, I was watching the Jacksepticeye one the other day, and I spent just about half an hour pissing myself at some of the stuff she'd come out with, because she doesn't come out with anything. She just sits there and she just like mumbles.
Yeah. I mean, they're both great podcasts, and they're both really fun.
Oh, I love them.
I kept, like, obviously, you are definitely the first, if not the only person to do random edits for the True Geordie podcast. I think that there is a lot of other things that I know that you could probably do edits for. Like, we have suggested things like Good Mythical Morning or Hot Ones with Sean Evans. Like, there's like so much potential that you can make, like, you could sort of make better or ruin out of like those videos, like, not just the same two podcasts. But overall, like, you know, that's why, like, we're all like avid True Geordie fans, so like anytime we see like any content made about them, it makes us kind of happy, and we want to see more of that, and we like seeing a funnier side to the discussions that they have, because like you can make any situation like that like either funny as hell or awkward as hell.
Yeah, that's a goal. And I have done videos on, like, I did the True, what's it called? Good Mythical Morning. I've done a video on that before. But the thing is, with Good Mythical Morning and Hot Ones, those videos are quite short, so don't have as much footage to work with. So the videos I make are quite short as well. And
I was going to ask you, like, where do you think you could take it in terms of your channel? Like, how far are you going to go? Are you just going to, like, have you got any plans to take it further, or are you just going to keep grinding out the same? Like, because at the end of the day, your content, people subscribe to your channel for that content. So you, like, I'd go to your channel and just watch and I think with them, you can just watch back old ones. No matter how many times you've seen it, they're still brilliant. They're still, like, funny, and so you could just keep going with that. You could keep going with that, or you can, like, have you got any plans to switch it up, or?
Yeah, I don't want to do the same type of content forever. I have been trying other things lately with the boxing fight and the Joe Weller video.
You should
I did
start
recently and
vlogging.
stuff. I have been doing different things because if you do the same stuff over and over again, I'm gonna get bored. If I'm gonna get bored of doing YouTube, then what's the point, you know? So
Yeah.
I'll always keep doing probably the podcast videos, but maybe not as much. I will be trying other things.
I think as soon as you notice a YouTuber is not motivated to make them videos anymore, you kind of lose that interest.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Have you ever tried the Joe Rogan podcast? Because there's like thousands of them that is like untouched.
I haven't tried editing them. No, I might do.
Yeah, because there were like hundreds and hundreds of Joe Rogan episodes, or what's it called, the Joe Rogan Experience, which
Yeah.
they were like, which they should be like. I can see a lot of potential in them being edited. Because you know what True Geordie and Joe Rogan now have in common is that they're having more impact in like boxing or wrestling, or they're like, you can see that they both have an impact, or they both have a presence in fighting sports, if you want.
I'm of course a fan of the True Geordie podcast, but I've never really got into a Joe Rogan Experience. I don't know. I just never really started watching it.
on that topic, like what your favorite YouTubers to watch? What do you find yourself watching the most?
Oh, I don't know, man. I'm subscribed to like 300 channels, so what I watch changes a lot. Let's see, what am I watching at the moment? I watch every PewDiePie video that comes out. PewDiePie's great.
Yeah, he's made kind of a weird comeback. Like I didn't really watch him since like 2013, 2014 when he was like rivaling Tobuscus, if anyone remembers that name. But like, and everyone's saying, "Oh, Tobuscus has been on YouTube longer than PewDiePie. He is ultimately better." Like that was the real 9-year-old debate. Like
Yeah,
that's when the
good
civil
times.
war nearly. It's when the civil war nearly started over Tobuscus versus PewDiePie, and then I completely forgot about him. And then he started making more YouTube-based videos like about a year or two ago, which like KSI got involved in, Matthew Santoro got involved in, Markiplier, and then I started watching. And now PewDiePie is doing more meme videos, which is like you can tell that he's constantly wanting to change his experience of being on YouTube.
Yeah, which I mean, he's been doing this for like what 8 years. It's totally understandable. that He's like trying different things.
Yeah, and like in one of his recent videos about how he got so many subscribers and people thinking, oh, it's because he moved locations a lot. He's very diverse, and it's actually just because he found a way to break through YouTube's algorithm before like it became necessary to use an algorithm.
And how does it feel for you now to him know who you? Because that must be pretty crazy.
Yeah, he started earlier this year. He started following me on Twitter, which was like, what the fuck? He follows like 500 people.
You're now up there with Dolan Dark and Grande. Like you're one of the meme people.
That's the goal.
The meme team.
The meme team. Yeah, no, PewDiePie using my videos and following me is just insane. I mean, top guy, right? He's the one you want to know you.
When you started YouTube, did you ever think you'd be at this point now where you're sat here with almost 80,000 subscribers? PewDiePie's using your videos,
and now
KSI's reacting to them.
Nah, never. I never would have thought. No, I figured.
And now you're on the Podlims. You've basically made.
Yeah, this is the pinnacle.
This is the pinnacle. Going downhill from here.
Woo!
Yeah, no, I never thought I'd get this far. No, I figured maybe I could pull in like a few thousand at most, but this is insane. Yeah.
I just want to mention to listeners, there is no guest Lozlim. Sorry to disappoint. You can pretend that there's another one here by like having another podcast play over this, but there is no guest Lozlim. There's no aristocratic, no essential, no Losny McQueen. It's just me, Cuck, and Sir Froge. When we can't promise anything, just a good time.
Yeah,
Just wanted to get that. Just wanted to get that off.
Because like a topic we were talking about before you joined us is like doing YouTube at school and like how people react to that. How many people in your school would you say like no or something like before you?
Well, definitely before YouTube, not many people knew me. I mean, I'm kind of like the quiet kid in class. I don't really stand out. But now, yeah, definitely more people know me now. I got more people like calling my name in the hallways and stuff. It's crazy. Yeah, I mean,
Do they shout for? Do they call you Froge?
sometimes, yeah. I've had a few people. That's how
Call
I'm
you-
addressing them. Yeah, call me for Froge.
Call you Froge as well.
The name thing is a bit, yeah.
It's like Keemstar calling True Geordie True Gordy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. It's whatever
That's
sticks.
funny.
Though. It's what it's like.
Yeah. Yeah, I got a lot of Keemstar. Actually, Keemstar's quite memeable as well. Like you can see. Another thing is, do you prefer doing edits for videos that are like guest podcasts rather than like one-on-one interviews or actual videos? Like, do you find that easier?
Yeah, I like it when there's more people talking. First of all, that the fans of that person will watch my video, so it helps. And also, yeah, it's just more content, more questions usually.
Because you tend to always have a great time when Steven's on the podcast, really.
Oh yeah, Steven's great.
Comes up with the weirdest things. Like he's quiet. He's quiet on the podcast, but everything he says, like you're expected to laugh. Like you can expect to laugh from what he says. As long as he says something every now and then, and then it's like it's funny, then and it keeps his underage fans happy. Then everyone's happy.
Yeah, Steven's so funny. Like generally one of the funniest.
Steven
YouTubers
just
out
doesn't. Steven just doesn't seem like the type of guy that should have Stan. Like the other day, I noticed there's now an account called I'm Alex Stan. Like, why would a scrawny man like who drinks bathwater? What has he done to warrant an actual Stan? If anyone doesn't know, Stan means stalker fan. So like, who would? I don't like. I'm sure each to their own. I'm sure everyone has their own pleasures and everyone has their own interests.
Since I've been doing more Sideman videos, there have been so many Mini Minter fan accounts following me on Twitter and stuff.
Oh no, they are actually the worst. Yeah. Like I feel like a few nearly threatened to kill his girlfriend Talia.
What the fuck?
But not anymore. She laughs it off. But like, being Lozlims, like we've been called Lawrence Stans. Like even not even in a bad way as well. So like, we're not Stans. We're just a cult.
No, but we've also created a community now. So it's not as if like realistically, Lawrence isn't a massive part of this. Like he's in the group chat, but other than that, like we speak among ourselves. We make content among ourselves. So.
Our accounts are pictures of him. So yeah, we're definitely not that upset anymore. Like it's more about the name you have. The name you have, the picture you have, and the fact that he's there talking to you is like. I don't want to say this because I know it's like it's a bit of an over exaggeration, but we're basically men.
No, I know what you mean. Like he does feel like that.
How do you reckon he feels about you then?
I don't know.
Do you think he really likes you? Or is it really sort of?
No, he actually likes us. I think the true Geordie. I think Brian likes us more than he does. The one person in EXO who really expresses their disgust for us is Will. Yeah. And I don't even know why. All we did was ask if he was a Lozlim. No, yeah, exactly. All we did was ask if he was a Lozlim, and now he's gone and blocked. Yeah, now he's gone and blocked half of us.
I think after this podcast, there'll be the Froge Lim. That's gonna be the next.
Oh no.
Oh no.
We've already
What have you
fended
done?
off Statman Dave. We've already fended off Statman Dave's cult and all the other cults. So now we're I think we're the last one standing. As said before in the first podcast, it is us against the world.
In many ways.
In many ways, we're making all the other cults feel and other movements feel what's the word? Oh yeah, irreverent.
Irreverent.
God bless whoever made that email. I know it was a private email, but I just want to find out who said that and just shake their hands.
Have you ever thought about doing more like personal based content? Not personal as in like, oh, here's my passport, like screenshot this. I mean like
Sit down Sundays.
Yeah, like would you have not like I don't know, like would you go back to your gaming days like you were talking about before?
I don't know. I have to show my face first, I think. I don't know if I really want to do that yet. Or at all.
Yeah. Well, yeah, exactly. Like, well, you look at someone like Memulus, and his whole gimmick is that he doesn't show his face.
Yeah.
And a lot of people back in the day would have been like, "Oh, you're missing out on so many different things. You can't do these deals." But to be fair, he's made it work for himself, really.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would take away from sort of how funny the content is as well. Because right now, when you think of like Sir Froge, the picture you get in your head is of this, this frog in this suit. Well,
just editing his video.
When you start associating a real face with it, it's just not as funny, I guess.
Like when you've got like gone too far into the shtick of having no face, that people like fans or no fans will try and leak your face over the internet or try and like find out what your face is.
I've never really had that happen before.
Yeah, there were a few people. I don't want to jinx anything. I hope it doesn't happen.
There were a few people who found my personal Instagram somehow. I'm not sure how they found it, but yeah. So I had to put that on private and stuff.
The internet works in mysterious ways.
Yeah, man.
It is honestly ridiculous. Like some of those, like you find like people following you on Instagram, like my personal Instagram, and I'm like, I recognize that name. I'll go on to my Twitter, which has got no way like attached to my personal Instagram, and people follow you, and you're like, how have you done that? Like,
yeah,
these guys, it's ridiculous. Because I guess it's probably quite easy if you know their name, but it's just the effort. You're gonna have to search for so long.
Yeah. Have you seen do you know Internet Historian and like the videos he does on like 4chan and like experiences with that the real world has encountered 4chan? Like /poll is like the area which like anonymous people can find your house instantly or can find your address. Like there's just a bunch of little hackers in like /poll alone, like, and that's just 4chan.
Yeah, please.
It's scary.
Please don't.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. I don't really want people finding out. I mean, I've never been very secretive with the whole thing. Like my friends know, most of my school probably know, so they could tell, post about.
You were saying you were saying earlier, like your parents like tell people openly about your channel and like encourage people to watch it.
Yeah,
are they quite supportive of it?
I feel like that's quite a smaller community though. It's like because that's more your area where people know you more. Whereas like if it was telling the entire world like on a public Facebook post like this is my son.
Yeah, they're not like that, no. But like
no, but I mean like it's good that they're supportive with it and that they do back you.
No, definitely they're great. My parents are lovely. They're so supportive of the whole thing. Like my dad, he owned like a marketing company. So when he does like presentations and stuff, he often uses my channel as like an example of how to bring something like to the people online and stuff.
That's cool.
How to edit. Here's an example of how don't you edit.
I don't know. It's my grandma found out she subscribed to me. She didn't even realize she was, but she said something about getting notifications when I upload a video, and she watched.
I love it when I subscribe without realizing.
Yeah.
You going Grandma, hit that notification bell and be notified every time
Can
I
we
post a video.
smash 100 likes?
She doesn't understand it either. Like, I was having dinner with her recently, and she just started asking all the questions. She didn't understand the humor. She didn't understand any of it. So
Oh,
hilarious.
she's like, why is there so much awkward silence? Because I put it there. Why?
Stop swearing. Why is there
It's
so
probably
much
like-
swearing?
Can you wait? That means she knows. That means she knows about the YouTube's monetization system. You should probably listen to her.
Yeah, I've I had to explain that to her. She doesn't understand it either.
does she do the classic grandma thing where she goes, "Are these your friends?" Like, does no one else get that? Like, I'll show my grandma a picture of anything, and the reply will be, "Oh, they're your friends." I'm like, "No, grandma,
Wait, what?
that's just." I feel like that's just me. Then that's probably just me that gets that.
Yeah, it's like you're starting to like if you don't do this, if you're not from this area, then just go fuck yourself.
No,
Like, this area is better.
Should we do some questions from Twitter?
Twitter questions. So how do we start? Do I start or do you?
I'll go for because if you look in the Podlim control chat,
What?
maybe it's screenshot it in there.
Yeah, we are. We are yeah, we've got this podcast on lock. Like, there's no turning back now. Okay, you were saying?
Aristocratic Loz asks, which YouTubers do you watch the most in your spare time?
Yeah, God, I've recently been watching a lot of Soviet Womble, the old videos.
Oh, CS:GO. I watched those. I used to binge watch those. Like when it was like the Christmas holidays. Like I used to binge watch those videos.
I'll binge watch certain channels' videos for a while, and I don't know what I watch changes so much. I've been watching Soviet Womble. I've been watching Suithouse. They're fun.
Oh yeah, I feel like the Lozlims could become the next House. Like if we do like reading Twitter, like finding weird subreddit, or something like that. Like we can make good content out of that. But for now, it's the podcast with Lozlim Gaming coming soon.
Yeah, man, sounds good.
Jabi Alonso. That is a great name. Favorite video you've made?
Favorite video? I don't know. I like the videos. I like editing videos that aren't what I usually do. So like the Smash meme and stuff. Something different, something that I don't usually do. It's always a lot of fun editing.
Did you enjoy doing the boxing one? Because that was different to what you'd normally do.
I made that in like an hour. I didn't know what to upload because I definitely have to do something on the fight because I've been building it up for so long,
yeah.
But obviously I couldn't use the official content, so I was just sitting there in front of my computer thinking of what I could do, and just this idea popped into my head and just made it in like an hour and uploaded it, and it did amazing somehow.
But what I noticed is some of the news like channels had been given rights, hadn't they? Or they must have been given rights. Because I saw a few articles that had used clips from the fight.
Yeah.
I think that's the thing. You
media publicity.
Yeah,
I think one. Yeah, the entire thing was mainly media publicity.
Yeah.
I think in terms of like the fight, like you had no option other to do like you say, to do what you did with it, which I thought was clever and I actually enjoyed it. But I mean, like you couldn't have done much else really.
Yeah, exactly. I got people have been asking if I could do one now that the official footage is released and stuff. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying,
like, because you could. The funny thing is like, that one clip from McGregor Mayweather where McGregor just taps him on the nose with that light punch.
Yeah,
that's still one of my favorite like clips around. I think you could probably get some if you chopped up like loads of the fights. You could probably get some good content out of it.
I probably could, yeah. But I might wait.
Like
I might wait for the rematch and then do a video on this fight.
Yeah. Wait for the hype to build back up again.
Yeah.
Yakov Benchit asks, how much time does it take to create a video?
It really varies on how long the original is. If I'm watching a 30-minute video, it takes a lot less time to edit than like a 3-hour podcast. I'd say like 4 to 7 hours per video. Seems about right.
He's asked quite a few questions. He's also asked, does he take notes on certain moments while watching podcasts, and also why is he so?
So the first question, no, I don't. What I do is I'll download the entire podcast before actually watching it. I'll put it into my editing software and watch it there. And as I'm watching it, I'll look for clips that I can use. And when I found something I can use, I'll just cut it out and put it on another video track. So by the end of it, I'll have 2 separate video tracks, one with clips that I can use and one with footage that I don't use. Just delete the footage that I don't use, and I'm left with like 3 to 5 minutes of usable puzzling it all together.
Also, why are you so awesome?
I don't know, man. You tell me.
Genetics.
Exactly.
Genetics. Exactly. It's great. It's a great way to leap onto the next question.
Lil Vodka 7 asks, "What will you do when you hit 100k subscribers?" That is, not like anything else.
I have a few ideas. That's all I'm gonna say.
You're gonna leave it with that. No exclusives.
Yeah.
Once again, we're the starting point.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a few ideas, but I have to see. I'll wait until I hit it first, or until I'm closer.
Yeah,
I'm still like 20k away. Like.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
continue.
The thing is, your channel though is like one banging video, and that's 20k. Like,
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, I imagine you get big subs like fluctuate in terms of like how good a video is done.
Exactly. Yeah. Like somewhere like May and June, I was stuck on like 20k subs for months, and then I had one video on the press conference in LA that did really well. Then I went up to like 50k immediately. It really depends on the big videos, yeah.
Yeah. Jakov Bencic once again asking a few questions. What editing software do you use? How old are you? And where do you see your channel in the future?
Final Cut Pro X. I turned 18 a few weeks ago, and my channel in the future will be just funny edits, I suppose. I don't know. More of the same.
Yeah, you can never tell. Like there's always I'm not gonna say room for improvement, but there's always new things that you can do that you'll find at some point.
Yeah.
Like PewDiePie wasn't always a gaming channel. He changed to talking about YouTube, and now he does memes. So like, it's got occasionally just find a new spark or a new change.
Yeah, I'll not be doing the same stuff forever, I don't think, because I'll just get bored of it. But I'll be uploading for a long time. So.
And a question that isn't from Yakov. Mighty McKenna asks, "Have you got a job outside of YouTube?" You don't have to give it away.
No, I'm way too lazy, man. Also, I just wouldn't have the time to. With school, I mean, I've spent a lot of time on school, of course, and all of my spare time goes to Sir Froge related stuff. I just wouldn't have the time for another job.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't nearly make as much as from YouTube.
Mad Dog Loz asks, having just bought out his own YouTube merch, what does he think about other YouTube's pricing?
I don't know. I don't really buy that much merch from other YouTubers, so I wouldn't know about the prices. There's definitely some overpriced merch out there, like the one we mentioned earlier.
Yeah, we were talking about Ollie White's merch earlier, and the amazing designs and the clear effort he put into it, really.
Yeah, it's just fashion.
Yeah, I guess. I guess, and do you know what? You can't slate him. I guess if people buy it, they buy it. Like, why would you not? If he's in the end of the day, he's got a fan base that he could put out anything and they'd click it, they'd buy it. So I mean, I know it's
I saw for the first time someone wearing Ollie White merch, and I was and then again, like, this kid was called Ollie, so then it was kind of understandable. but then that was like the first time I'd ever seen someone wear that merch, and it was surprising. As KG Productions, is this one, or if this one hasn't already been said, which was your first video to go big, and what was your initial reaction, and how many times a day did you check your social blade after it? We all know YouTubers love to just spam refresh on their social blade.
Yeah, no, definitely. My first video to blow up was, I think it was the H3 podcast with Post Malone and Joji. I made that video like a month after I made my channel, and it blew up. It got like 200,000 views within a week, and it booked my channel from like 2,000 subs to like 12,000. That really blew up my channel, and yeah, I checked Social Blade like 100 times a day.
Oh yeah. One thing I wanted to ask is like, how often do you get like merch ideas? Because I know that there's always a constant thinking about, oh, someone said this on the podcast, or yeah, definitely get that on a t-shirt.
I mean, I've only just launched my merch. I mean, I'm still working on a few designs, but yeah, I don't know. I don't really get I just sit around and get things that shoot into my head. I don't know.
Oh yeah.
I like the frog characters.
Oh yeah, we will have Sir Froge merch in the description because we're nice like that.
Right, man.
I like the Polywogs like Supreme rip off like box logo thing. I thought that was mint.
Excuse me.
No, but I thought it was.
Yeah, I like.
I looked through it. I was like,
there's so much
out of all of them, I'd buy that one.
There's so much potential in like just the Supreme merch anyway, because like all you have to do is just rewrite whatever's in the red.
Yeah, I think
And
I
started your own.
that idea.
Yeah, he started with sheep, and then Sir House did like eat pan.
Yeah.
I think Polywogs is I think he can catch on. One day it might be bigger than Supreme.
Might bang.
Oh, let's hope so, man.
We need to start focusing on our own merch though. We're gonna get Lozlim merch.
Yeah, man, I'll get
working on it.
The thing
working is with it. It depends. I don't know how much we sell. Because we'd end up just buying it ourselves. So it's like,
yeah. I mean, if you go through a printing website, as I did, it doesn't really cost you anything, you know. It just costs you some time because the products are made on demand, so you don't have to buy a load of them and keep them in stock and send them.
That's true. Yeah, I guess so. So even if 5 people bought
everything
it,
is profit. Yeah.
Yeah,
that's true. To be fair, yeah, we should definitely think about it more.
Yeah. Have you ever? Do you think that how there's like true Geordie problems? Do you think the Lozlims could get our own problem, or like we could? Do you think we make good agony uncles?
You could try, man. Yeah. I don't know how many Lozlims are there.
50 strong, if not 60.
There's got to be a few with problems.
Some problems.
By the way, we've broken our group chat. By the way, how there's like a 50 limit. We've broken it, and now it's as of now.
The power of
we've hacked into the system.
I think is there a potential where you will start to reveal, like, not reveal as in such, I mean, like, would you then, in say a year's time, and your channel's doing as well as it's doing now, is there like a part of you that would want to do a face reveal, and that meaning you can make more content, or would you stick to hiding your face?
I might consider it. Yeah, I'm not planning on doing it anytime soon.
Yeah,
but never say never.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
My favorite Justin Bieber quote. Has anyone actually seen the movie?
Fuck no.
What?
I I remember when it was hyped up like so much in like 2012 or 2011, and I was thinking like this is like when it was cool to hate Justin Bieber. Now it's like you can go to any sesh, you can go to any party and like or club, and if you hear it, you're like, oh, fucking tune. But well, not as much, like because he's in the charts a lot.
A random question, but can you speak any other languages than Dutch and English, or is it just?
I mean, I got a few languages in school, so of course, but I'm not great at them. I did French for a few years. I did German for a few years. Currently doing Spanish. I've been doing Spanish for like 3 years. I've been doing Latin for like 6 years.
Jesus.
But other than that, no, not really.
Yeah,
I'm only fluent in English and Dutch. So
he says, other than that, and I can only speak English. So
yeah, man.
I've had genuine aspirations to become multilingual. So like just by listening to music, so like slowly learning French, near fluent in Hebrew, maybe might learn a bit of Arabic every now and then. Like there's so many languages out there that can be taught or can be learned from.
Yeah.
And like how interesting that like context and stuff. Like I used to watch do you know a Dutch channel called Kud or Kud?
Yeah.
K-U-D. Yeah. I learned a bit of Dutch from them. Like that's how I learned that the word acorn means squirrel.
Yeah.
So my Dutch was one of the first languages I learned.
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trying to learn Dutch. It's a very complicated language.
Not compared to like Hindi or Finnish.
Oh yeah, man. I used to know a Finnish guy. It's just I can't understand it. The language doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
I'm not genuinely like only ever tried and learned German, but I learned German so long ago I can't remember any of it. I can go to 20. I can get to 20 in German. That's about it.
Yeah, German is quite easy to learn for Dutch people because it's pretty much the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not dissimilar, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like also do you care about football, or like do you is there any football team you support or something like that? Because like the Lozlims love football.
So I'm the only one out of my siblings who's never done football. My brother and sister both used to do football. My sister still does. My dad's a football trainer, so most of my family are like big football fans. Well, I'm the only one that never really got into it.
Oh, fair enough.
I just
like, is there like a team that your family supports?
Yeah, but you wouldn't know them.
Well, they like Dutch League, Dutch Second Division.
Yeah, something like that.
You know, his history of playing like Football Manager and FIFA career mode, I know all about like every team from Europe.
What's your favorite like video games to play?
Oh, I don't know, man. Well, let's go to Steam. What are my most played games? My favorite game of all time is Skyrim, probably.
Yeah, Skyrim.
Oh, yeah,
Skyrim is, yeah. I've been playing a lot more sort of strategy games recently, like Total War games, City Skylines, more laid back, relaxed games. GTA 5 is pretty good. I don't know. I don't nearly play games as much as I used to. Game.
Are you PC Master Race?
I haven't maxed it. It's a problem.
Yeah.
I used to have a PC, and then a couple years ago, it broke down, so I sold it, and I've been using my dad's old Mac ever since.
Do you prefer the Mac to the PC?
In terms of editing and stuff, yes. In terms of video games, fuck no. Nothing
Yeah.
works.
Have you ever used? I do audio editing on Logic Pro. Do you use stuff, or do you
I've
know about
used-
Logic Pro?
Yeah, Logic Pro. I use it sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's easier for like just audio, like.
Yeah.
So I mean, I just keep scrolling through like Twitter for like sports stuff, and then hearing that like you have no, I'm not saying like you have like some kind of interest, like you have no real interest in football. Is like because on most podcasts, like we even did one with Kristen Hennig, like who talks a lot about football, like it's kind of weird. I mean, we didn't talk about football much with Tom Stockdale either.
As much as like everyone's like, oh, I do think sometimes football can get boring. I go through phases. It's like
Yeah, it's like unless you have genuine aspirations to like do work on football, or like you're really passionate about a club, or you have like genuine, you're genuinely passionate about a club. Then otherwise, it's just like it's something like you casually have on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
I never really got into sports in general. I don't know, too lazy.
Yeah, which is a good thing to move on to because like when I mentioned we talk more about music with like Tom Stockdale. What music do you normally listen to?
Even that changes so much. Like, mostly UK rap.
Oh, what, like grime?
I used to listen to a lot of grime. I've been listening to more like rap recently.
Like,
I don't know, is grime rap?
Yes.
Like, do you mean like you listen to like Notes and people like that?
I like Dave,
the singer
like
ones.
Red
Oh
Street,
yeah.
Upcoming young British artists like Dave, Big Zoo, AJ Tracy. Yeah, that's very good. Is there any albums you're kind of listening to a lot recently?
Bugsy Malone's new item's pretty good.
Oh yeah. Did you watch the KSI Logan Paul stream?
Oh yeah.
Or did you
his
pay for it?
Performance was tragic.
He should have like either stuck to all the songs or just like maybe it was a better experience being there because I didn't really hear that much bad things about him from people who actually went.
Yeah,
That was
I think
more about people who had
audio
on
in the
stream.
stream was just kind of messed up. Like you could only
hear
hear his voice really, so it was kind of awkward.
I kind of missed it. I don't think I watched it. I think because I was with a load of friends watching it, so you don't really you're not paying attention to every little thing. I didn't even know he performed. Not even gonna lie, I didn't know he performed.
Oh man!
It's like was it like in between? Was it in between? Was it before Jake and Deji?
It was, I think, between.
It was in between
Deji and Logan and KSI.
Probably makes sense.
Was it before the Jake and Deji? I don't remember.
So would you say like rap and is that your kind of favorite genre to listen?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh, fair enough. Like, do you care at all about like Dutch music? Is that a thing?
There's like two good Dutch artists. Other than that, it's all trash.
Fair enough.
Dutch isn't. I don't know. It's just not a very pleasant language to listen to.
I used to listen to Norwegian music. Yeah, that's another. There's a song called Zlatan by someone called
Do you know?
Called Nelband.
Do you know Vardruna?
I think he featured on one of Nelband's songs.
Could be possible.
Yeah.
I used to be a big Vardruna fan. I'm Norwegian as well.
In terms of like YouTube, what inspired you to?
YouTube in general or Sir Froge? Because I did have YouTube channels before this.
No, I mean like YouTube in general, like.
So I made my first channel when I was, I think, 11. I was just watching Dutch gaming YouTubers at the time, and they were all sort of blowing up, making a living off of playing video games. That just seemed like the best thing ever for every 11-year-old, I guess. So I figured I can do that. So I started recording, editing in Movie Maker. The cringiest videos ever.
you say you change what you watch a lot. Like, is there any YouTubers that you've stuck with since the start?
I've been watching PewDiePie for forever.
Yeah.
I've been watching KSI for a very long time as well. I don't even know when I started watching him.
I think they were the real, like, the first people that blew up mainstream. Because like I remember KSI getting like mentioned on things and like whereas and I mean you could guess you had the controversy with PewDiePie with the whole was it what tabloid was that, or was it where they tried to like
with the Nazi thing?
Yeah,
that was last year, I think.
Yeah. So you had like, but I mean, like they were the first like big YouTubers I probably.
Yeah.
But like, I was heavily into like Minecraft and so all the old Minecraft YouTubers. Like,
yeah, same man.
Did you used to watch Etho's Lab?
Do you know
Anyone else used to watch it?
Sunday?
Was,
Sunday and
Minecraft.
Minecraft Universe.
Sky does Minecraft, yeah.
Sunday. Who's the other one? Beijing Canadian.
Vintage Beef.
Anyone?
Yeah.
The Yogs cast as well.
Yeah.
They used to do Minecraft videos. And
Still do, I think.
Well, and then also you got someone like Syndicate who like talking about changing his content completely. Like went from doing like Minecraft videos to now he does daily vlogs. So
same with Dan TDM.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play Minecraft every day for like 6-7 years, you're just gonna end up wanting to kill yourself in it.
Yeah, exactly. there's
You're bound to be bored of something. Like, everyone grew up. Like, I remember I used to be so obsessed with Minecraft, and then like half a year passed, and I just completely forgot about it. Came back to it and thought, no, I don't like this anymore.
Yeah. The thing is, it's like such a great game, but just the community around it and the people playing it is so cancerous. So bad.
Oh yeah, like there's always like, do you think is the most cancerous community like in maybe the gaming world that you've encountered?
Minecraft.
There's always debate. Oh yeah, there's always debates about Fortnite. Oh yeah, true. There's always like debates about which is more cancerous between Undertale and Steven Universe.
Yeah.
The
TV
show.
That one was pretty bad.
Oh, the FNAF fan base, like all the edgy emo teens who thought, oh, I like the scary stuff. I like to be scared.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Well. Speaking of like Steven, did you used to watch like Cartoon Network and Nickelodeon? Because I feel like there's like a down in their content.
We didn't really have Cartoon Network in the Netherlands. We had we did have Nickelodeon. We had Disney XD, as it was known then.
Oh yeah,
Disney Channel now. Yeah, that was a YouTube watch really. Pokemon. I used to watch all the Pokemon.
I used to watch Digimon. Digimon Data Squad or Data.
If you watched Digimon here, you'd be retard. Everybody thought Pokemon was like the shit. Nobody here watched Digimon. Digimon was a stupid fucking Pokemon rip-off.
Yeah, true.
Pokemon was the shit.
Yeah.
It was. It was.
Did you have Avatar?
Avatar.
Legend
of Airbender.
Yeah.
Very good. Yeah, no, like old TV shows is like my child is like all my child. Like, if you're born in like 2001 or 2002 or earlier, then you know what good TV is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well, 2001, I was 1 year old. I don't really remember.
I ripped off so many kids in the playground with my trading card games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, forget Beyblade. Let her rip.
I never got into Beyblades. No one
was ever into Beyblade. It was just a cool thing to collect, like at the time.
Same with Pokemon cards. Nobody ever played the game. It was just about collecting the cards, you know.
Oh no, I played with Pokemon cards.
You played the game? Oh, nobody here.
I didn't play the game. I didn't even know there was a game.
It's
You know,
like, oh, what are these numbers? Are we supposed to use them? Yeah.
Like no one played the game. You'd collect them and trade them. You'd make like little kids cry. You'd like, you know what I mean? Like then the teacher would come over and be like, look, you scammed him. He wants his card, and you've got to be like,
here's an old throwback. You know, Bakugan, the little ball things. I used to collect like nearly all of them.
Does anyone else remember Go-Go's? Were Go-Go's a big thing anywhere else, or was it just around here?
They were. Yeah, Go-Go's were a thing. I think I had about 100. They're like these little monsters. They're little plastic little monsters. They're really cool actually. I used to like them. Sometimes they have like these transparent ones which are like hard to collect, where if you put them up at the sun and then they look invisible. They glow. Like, yeah,
little story time. I used to steal Go-Go's from my village shop. I was
what
I was a
fun
bad
life.
guy. Do you know what I mean? I'd like to think of myself as
Mad lad.
I was a gangster back in the day.
Gangster. Stealing
Yeah. Love a bit of the Go-Go's. Like they used to be a big thing like in primary school, and then
my pocket money didn't allow me to buy them, so you know, I had to get to steal them.
Well, yeah, there's Go-Go's, but everyone calls them crazy. But yeah, needs are needs. It's like the one thing I actually used to really play was like match attacks. I'm surprised that no one does that anymore. Like Panini stickers are still a thing, but match attacks have kind of gone. That makes me sad.
Match attacks got banned in our school.
Oh, I used to collect like in 2011 season, like where all the Villa players, because they're in the Premier League, like they all had massive heads because they didn't know how to take pictures of them properly.
There was this. Not that anyone cares, and anyone listening right now, you're just gonna have to put up with this story. A kid in our school got scammed. By scammed, I mean someone stole his 100 clubs, and he cried a lot. So his mum came in and they banned match attacks. To this day, I still that kid's I'm still against him. Do you know what I mean? Like, what he did was wrong. He shouldn't have cried about those match attacks. He ruined the game for everyone else.
If he ever contacts you, if you're like, in the future saying like, "Oh, I love your podcast," it's like, well, you should stop listening because you ruin match attacks. And
I imagine he's dead now.
Oh,
nah, I'm joking. I've got no clue.
They've already got to him. Yeah, I'm just seeing all these. I'm just like googling all these old match attacks cards from like 2011, and just like I remember having like literally all of.
Do you know, like, it's ridiculous now how like the first edition boxes of Pokemon cards are going for like 50 grand, aren't they, or stuff like that?
Yeah, because they're valuable. They're worth something. Do you want to wrap up? Or? Yeah, now's a good time.
I can wrap up.
Yeah.
Sure, man.
Alright, fine. This has been podcast number 6. With no Lozlim guests, and no human guests. Instead, we have a frog from the Netherlands. How good is your applause?
Go on, give us a clap.
Give us some claps. Alright.
Thank you.
Is no one joining in?
No,
it's very
disappointing.
We're just gonna clap off the podcast.
Okay, I'll go. Ready?
Alright, 3, 2.
Okay. Right.
There we go.
The thing is this, you can just edit all that shit out at the end anyway. But not that we do, but
we're all we do is the talking. We're the interesting. There's still a debate on who's more interesting, but yeah.
Bobby's got hard work cutting out me going for a piss halfway through.
Hold tight, Chicken McKenna on the edits. Hold tight, Lost the Lord on recording.
Cheers.
Hold tight. Yeah,
cheers coming on, by the way.
Yeah, and that's it. All right. See you all on the next podcast.